It's Friday. Woo. Alright, so why don't we check some news here regarding WWE? Oh, my apologies for the hair. It looks crazy as fuck. Let's put it on the Miami hat. Let's see what we got here. Whoa! WWE is making what? Making a big bank? Whoa! Damn, $1 billion in the span of 5 years for $250 million a year? They're making big bank. Not only you're making big bank, but you're gonna get a mainstream recognition, mainstream validation, and in the process. Damn, WWE, with the leverage that you had throughout negotiations, you finally pulled it off, dude. I mean, hey, yeah, with $1 billion that you're gonna get within those 5 years, you don't have to worry about house shows make a profit, even though they're gonna make a little to no profit at all. Merchandise sales, you're still gonna make money off of them regardless. You're still gonna make money off of them anyway. Advertisements, still got them good. You're making $1 billion for sure, even though your in-ring product is mediocre. Raw is garbage. Smackdown, I'm hoping it's going to get better. Hey, you know, that's the thing. Smackdown is considered the B show in the WWE's eyes. But now it's worth $1 billion. $1 billion. Wait, a B show? Our B show? Whoa! And what makes Monday Night Raw? Basically pennies on the dollar. Yeah, you know, that's the best thing about it. Monday Night Raw is basically pennies on the motherfucking dollar flagship show. The alleged flagship show. While SmackDown is considered the B show, and it's worth $1 billion. Now that SmackDown is going to move to Fox on late 2019, which I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to give you my honest thoughts about this. Let's get this going. To say that I'm absolutely blown away by the fact that SmackDown is about to be worth $1 billion motherfrickin' dollars is quite an understatement. Based on the leverage that they had during the negotiations, this is a big W for the WWE. And a massive big W for the Blue brand. SmackDown Live is now they're going to be worth $1 billion. That's right, one big giant wheel of cheddar. Yeah, I mean, like, seriously, like, on this grand of a freaking scale, like, the Blue brand is gonna be about worth $1 motherfucking billion that many other the investors in Wall Street would be just leering at it, be like, whoa, that's a lot of money. The new deal, which is nearing completion, is expected to begin in October of next year and will mark the threefold increase what NBC Universal is currently paying at the moment. Fox will be the anticipated home of WWE SmackDown Live in a massive 5-year deal that is worth more than $1 billion, $280 million a year to be specific, within the next 5 years. Sources close to the negotiations from The Hollywood Reporter, the new deal, which is nearing a completion worth of $205 million annually, oh my apologies for that error, is expected to begin in October 2019 and will mark a threefold increase over what Universal is currently paying WWE to air SmackDown on its USA network. WWE is said to have even a higher bid from a third party and enthusiastic interest overall, but WWE executives are said to embrace Fox's commitment to heavily promote SmackDown across the robust sports portfolio that include NFL and Major League Baseball. I assume that they would promote the WWE in many crossovers with The Simpsons and Family Guy, etc., etc., or even Bob's Burgers. That could be interesting. But on second thought, I mean, they could be a little bit cringe-inducing at best. And then they're going to have Roman Reigns and all of this shit anyway. And ironically, Roman Reigns is at the Red Brand, was at the USA Network, not at at Fox. But anyway, I digress. So what could this mean other than the WWE is going to have a massive payday within the next 5 years? It seems to me is that now that not only they're getting a massive big money deal based on the leverage that they had during those negotiations, but it's also going to give them mainstream validation. Mainstream validation that Vince McMahon could ever dream of than the mainstream validation that he had back in the 80s during the 80s wrestling boom. A massive mainstream validation that can make WWE as an entity more huge than it already is now in terms of North America and across the world. They could air Smackdown and many other Fox affiliates across the world. And my thoughts on this are two things. One, WWE is making big bank, and it's so cool that they're making big bank on this, man. They're making a lot of cheddar, man. However, on the second side, there is going to be some downsides on this thing. The downsides that include that they don't have to put any effort on promoting and advertising their house shows, even though they're going to make money for them anyway. Merchandising sales, they don't have to put any effort on pushing their merchandise here, and merchandise is already going to sell itself anyway. And also, like, the biggest downside of it, not only the biggest downside of it and the worst downside of it, is that they're not going to put any effort in booking. Like WWE will be creatively complacent with all that money that they're making by the time that they move to Fox. Like, hey, they'll be like, hey, we're making $1 billion even though our booking's a little bit terrible at best. Hey, fuck it. We're not going to put any effort into it. The money is going to make by itself. The money is going to work for us. Like, seriously, with no direct competition towards WWE, they always become more complacent here when it comes to creating talent and not pushing their talent that they sign so much that, I mean, that's the thing. I mean, when they sign a lot of talent within WWE, they just make them fall off the wayside. Stereotypical WWE mindset. Sign all the talent for the sake of signing talent. Don't make them nobody to go elsewhere. And then they have nothing. I'm sorry that I stuttered. Like, absolutely nothing for them. No creative direction. Nothing. They're just put them there for the sake of putting there. And you just get them big paycheck after big paycheck after big paycheck because they just don't want nobody to go elsewhere. And yet they're stagnating in terms of talent, and it's frustrating. And to me, it's absolutely frustrating that the WWE has to put up with this lackadaisical, lazy, complacent, just absolutely complacent creative department that has nothing for them, or do they screw them over in the process? And based on the horrible state of the creative within the WWE in both Monday Night Raw and Smackdown Live, if I was Fox, to be honest, I would be like, fuck that deal, nixed. But due to the leverage that the WWE had, I know I've been stressing this out again, hey, they're making billions of dollars. I mean, basically, they're going to make a lot of money, and they don't have to put no effort into it whatsoever. But based on the ratings, because, hey, Fox expects ratings from SmackDown Live by the time they move to Fox. So I think they gotta pull out all the stops if they wanted to make off that deal. So anyway, that's my thoughts on this here. Give this video a thumbs up, comment your thoughts down below, and definitely subscribe. This is HDX signing out. Have a good one. Make it big bank, even though our creative team sucks!